JP Rahul Sharma. I am assistant professor from the APD department of the Jyoti Vidyapith BMS University. So today topic is the water pollution. So I am starting the topic. So basically the thousands have lived without one and without love, but not one without water. So yet while we know water is crucial for life, very important, we cannot do anything, we cannot functioning out. We are not using the water. Water is everything for our body, because our body is made up by the more than half of our body is made up by the water. So everything is made up by the water inside us, except the bones and all. So we and muscles also have the more amount of water than the protein, fat and carbs. So some 80% of the worldwide wastewater is dumped, so largely untreated, back into the environment, polluting rivers, lakes and oceans. So the widespread problem of the water pollution is jeopardizing our health. So unsafe water kills more people each year than war and the other or form of the violent combined. Meanwhile, our drinkable water sources are finite. Less than 1% of the earth's fresh water is actually accessible for us. So without action, the challenge will only increase by 2050. So when global demand for the fresh water is expected to be 1/3 greater than it is right now. You can get idea, students, about how water is crucial for our daily life and our life. So sip a glass of cool, clear water as you read this, and you may think water pollution is a problem so somewhere else, but while most Americans have access to safe drinking water, why they are thinking, why they are pondering to sip the pure water, and why we are not thinking, why we are polluting the water, and potentially harmful contaminants from arsenic to copper to lead have been found in the tap water of every single state in our nation. So still we are not hopeless against the threat to clean water. To better understand the problems and what we can do about it, here is the overview of what water pollution is, what causes or how it can be protected. Okay, so what is water pollution? I will start So water pollution occurs when harmful substances, when chemicals or microorganisms, those contaminate a stream, river, lake, ocean, aquifer, other body of the water, degrading water quality and rendering it toxic to human or the other environment. So we should be constant them, we should control on them. As I recited above, what are the pollutants for the water pollution especially. So there should be restriction on them. For disposing things, they should be disposing well and well ground and well the segregated ground as we have got to dispose things. So what are the causes of the water pollution? So water is unequally vulnerable to pollution, so known as the universal solvent. So water is able to dissolve more substance. This is the main reason for the water pollution, that water is soluble for in all things. More than the 50% thing water is soluble, and all things are the water soluble. So that's why they are easy to solve in the water, and then they can pollute the water also. This is the main problem. So it is reason why. So it is the reason when we have cool and brilliant blue waterfalls. It is also why water is so easily polluted. The toxic substance from the farms, towns, factories readily dissolve into the mix and with it, and causing the water pollution. So categories of water pollution, like groundwater. So when rain falls and seep deep into the earth, so filling the cracks. So crevices, porous space of the aquifer and underground storehouse water, it becomes groundwater. So one of our least visible but more important natural resources. Nearly 40% of the Americans rely on the groundwater. So pumped to the earth surface for drinking water. For some folks in rural areas, it is the only fresh water sources. So groundwater gets polluted when contaminated. So from the pesticides, fertilizers to waste the leach from the landfills and from the septic systems. So make their way into the aquifer, rendering it unsafe for the human use. Okay, riding groundwater of the contaminants can be difficult to the impossible. So second is the surface water. So covering about 70% of the Earth's surface water is what fills our oceans, lake, rivers, and those other below bits on world map. So surface water from the fresh water sources that is from sources other than the ocean accounts for more than the 60% of the water delivered to American homes. I hope you have got idea about the Americans. But a like significant pool of the water is in peril, according to the most recent surveys on national water quality from U.S. Environmental Protecting Agency. Nearly half of the rivers, stream, and the more than the one third of the lake are polluted and unfit for the swimming, fishing, and drinking as well. So nutrient and pollution, which include nitrate, phosphate, and the leading type of the contaminants in these freshwater sources. While plant and animals need these nutrients to grow, they have become a major pollutant due to the farm waste and fertilizers overall. So next is the ocean pollution. 8% of the ocean pollution, also called as the marine pollution, originating on the land, whether along the coast or fair island, and coast on or far island. So inland, like contaminants such as the chemicals, nutrients, heavy metals carried from the farms, factories, cities by steam and river into our bays and estuaries. So from there they travel out of sea. Meanwhile, marine debris, particularly plastic, is blown in the wind or washed in via storm drains of savers. So our seas also are also sometimes spoiled by oil spills and leak. So big, small, and other constantly soaking up the carbon polluting from air. So the ocean absorbs as much as the water of man-made carbon emissions. So next is the point sources. So when contaminants originating from a single source, it is called point source pollution. Example like water, wastewater discharged legally or illegally by a manufacturer, oil refinery, waste water treatment facility, as well as the contamination from the leaking septic system. So chemical, then the oil spills, the illegal dumping, then the pollution by the stabilizing limit on what can be discharged by the facility directly into a body of the water. While point source pollution originating from a specific plane, it can be affect the miles of the water ways and oceans. Non-point sources like non-point sources polluting is contaminating derived from the diffuse sources. These include the agriculture or stormwater runoff, debris blown into the waterway from the land. So non-water pollution is the causing of the water pollution, US water, but it is difficult to regulate since there is no signal identifiable culprit. So like sewage and the wastewater. Used water is wastewater. It comes from our sink, showers, toilet, and from the commercial, industrial, and the agriculture activities like metal, solvent, and the toxic sludge. So the term also include the stormwater runoff, which occurs when rainfall carries road salt, oil grease, chemicals, debris from the impermeable surfaces into the waterways. So more than the 80% of the world wastewater flows back into the environment without being returned and without treatment or reuse. So according to the United Nations, in some last developed countries, the figure top 95% in the United States wastewater treatment facilities process about 34 billion gallon of wastewater per day. This is a very huge amount. So these facilities reduce the amount of the pollutants such as pathogens, phosphorus, nitrogen in sewage, as well as heavy metals, and the toxic chemicals in industrial waste before discharging the treated wastewater into waterways. That's when all goes well, but according to the EFA estimate, our nation's aging and easily overwhelmed sewage treatment system also release more than 85 billion gallon of untreated water each year. So you may get the idea, and I hope you have got the idea about the pollution and how pollutants are basically affecting the water and how water is crucial for our daily life. So we cannot survive without using the water. Water is everything for us. Okay, like air oil pollution also. Big spills may dominate headlines, but consumers account for the vast majority of the oil pollution overseas, including oil and gasolines. So that drips from millions of the cars, trucks every day. Moreover, nearly half of the estimated 1 million tons of the oil that makes it makes it way into the marine environment each year comes not from the tanks spills, but from the land-based sources such as the factories, farms, cities. At the sea, tanks spill account for the 10% of the oil and water around the world, while regular operation of the shipping industry through both legal and illegal discharge contribute about one third. So oil is the also natural release from under the ocean floor through the fractures known as the sea. Radioactive substances. So this is also the very important sources for the water pollution. And like radioactive waste is any pollution that emits radioactive beyond what is naturally released by the environment. It is generally uranium mining, nuclear power plants, and the production and the testing of the military weapons, as well as the universities and hospitals that use radioactive material for research and medicine. So radioactive waste can persist in the environment for the thousands of years, making disposal a major challenge. Consider the decommissioned Hanford nuclear weapons production site in Washington, where the cleanup of 56 million gallons of radioactive waste is expected to cost more than the $100 billion and last through the 2060. So accidentally release or improperly disposed of the contaminants threaten the groundwater, surface water, and marine resources. So on human health, what are the effects of pollution on human health? So to put it bluntly, water pollution kills. In fact, it caused 1.8 million deaths in 2015, according to the study published in the Lancet. So contaminated water can also make you ill. Each year, unsafe water sickens about 1 billion people, and low-income communities are disproportionately at risk because their homes are often closest to the most polluting industries. So waterborne pathogens in the form of the disease causing bacteria, virus from human and animals waste are major cause of illness from the contaminated drinking water. So disease spread by unsafe water including cholera, giardia, typhoid, these are all the bacterial disease and parasitic disease even in the wealthy nations. So accidental or illegal release from the sewage treatment facilities as well as the runoff from farm and urban areas so contribute harmful pathogen to the waterways. So thousands of people across the United States are sickened every year by the Legionnaires disease, a severe form of the pneumonia contracted from the water sources like cooling towers and pipe waters. So with case cropping up from the California Disneyland to the Manhattan's upper east side. So meanwhile the plight of the resident in the front where the cost cutting measures and the aging water infrastructure especially. So even swimming can pose a risk. Each and every year 3.5 million Americans contact health issues such as skin disease, pink eyes, respiratory infection, hepatitis from sewage laden coast. And what are the effect on the environment? So in order to thrive, healthy ecosystem rely on a complex web of the animals, plants, bacteria and fungi, so all of which interact directly or indirectly with each other. So harm to any of these organisms can create a chain effect, imperiling an entire aquatic environment. So what can we do to prevent the water pollution? So it is easy task to oil company with a leaking water tanker while we are accountable to some degree of the today's water pollution problem. Fortunately, there are some simple ways you can prevent the water contamination and at least limit your contribution to it. Like reduce the plastic consumption and reuse the cyclic plastic when you can. Properly dispose of the chemical cleaners, oils, non-biodegradable items to keep them from ending up down the drain. Maintain your car so it does not leak oil, antifreeze, coolant. If you have a yard, consider landscaping and reducing runoff and avoid applying the pesticides and herbicides. And if you have a pup, be sure to pick up its poop and with your voice. Okay, so these are the some tips to contribute for to restrain the water pollution. So thank you so much. I hope this topic is clear to you, and if you have any problem related to the water pollution, let me know in next class. So we will start about the noise pollution and the soil pollution in the next class. So thank you so much. Take care.